Hey everybody, it's Angela of the Art of Success for Women.com, where we talk about increasing your income, feeding your soul, and rocking the world while doing it. On Tuesdays, we talk about mindset, and Thursdays, we talk about strategy. And this month, our theme is purpose. And you might see I'm a little discombobulated, and that's because I have my phenomenal guest, Kristen Caetano, on here. We just did an entire interview, and I did not record it. So Kristen, thank you for continuing to hang around and joining me, despite that technical snafu. I'm so sorry. But I know that you're here because you have something phenomenal that you're going to share with us, and I can't wait to hear about that. So will you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yes, and thank you so much, Angela. And you know what, folks, this is what it's all about, taking imperfect action. But I'm really just thrilled to be here, and I thank you so much for the opportunity. So I'm Kristen Caetano, and I help entrepreneurs build a thriving business that they can run from anywhere in the world. And I help them create more freedom and prosperity in their lives, and also, help them create that business that can help them give back in the world as well.
Beautiful. And so I'm going to read a little bit of a quote, not a little bit, I'm going to read a quote. All souls have the same purpose, to evolve. And that's by Ainslie MacLeod. And I am thrilled that you and I are here talking about purpose and talking about evolution. And so would you share with us, what does purpose mean to you?
Absolutely. And I love that quote so much. It truly is all about evolving. It's not necessarily about reaching some endpoint. And so, what does purpose mean to me? I just want to say, for those of you watching, I don't believe that there's just one purpose that we have. And I absolutely know that many of us feel that pull and feel that calling, and we're always searching for it. And I definitely have been there myself. But as as time has gone on, I've realized it's okay to have permission to have more than one purpose. And so I've kind of, it was a struggle for me in the past to try to fit into one box, and I felt something, but what was it? And now I've sort of shifted for myself, where I'm able to really give myself permission to create my purpose or purposes rather than find my purpose. And it's a little shift, but I think it makes a difference. And I want to give all of you permission to really create your purposes if you have more than one, and just to explore those things that excite and interest you, and be curious, see what comes back.
I appreciate you saying that, because I think on our earlier recording of this, one of the things that I said, I know that you're an intuitive as well. And sometimes clients come to me, and twice this week, new clients have come to me, and their first question has been, what is my purpose, or what is my path? And the thing is that I feel like our purposes are always evolving, and they're not the same at every stage of your life. I think we have this concept that we're born and we have one thing we're going to do for the rest of our lives, and that's it. And we beat ourselves up because we're always feeling unfulfilled, that we're not living what that one purpose is. And in my work with clients, what I know is that it really is always evolving, and it's an incremental thing, right? It's something that we're doing in stages. And as Ainslie MacLeod said, it's really about evolution. So how are you living your purpose now? I know it plays into what you're doing with your summit.
Yes, absolutely. Well, as I mentioned, I was someone who was really always struggling to as a multi-passionate person, I was struggling to fit into some box, whether it be with work or purpose or both. And, it took some time for me, and I was someone who was always studying and getting certifications and holistic, studying holistic modalities on the side of my work. And, I kind of reached a point where I was in my early 40s, and I was driving to a toxic job every day in a horrible commute, and I would find myself crying or sick to my stomach every day, to the point where I didn't even recognize myself. And I was like, I've got to do my thing, my purpose, my work, my healing work, my helping, coaching work, right? So I finally, kind of put a stake in the ground. I put up a website. I started seeing clients. I built my business on the side of my job and created an exit plan. And I'm happy to say that I was able to leave that job. And now I'm in my business full time, and I'm never going back. And, I'm grateful that I'm able to live my purpose now because, I've been able to combine my different innate talents and my trainings and to really create a unique business that really is me and that truly helps other people.
Well, and I love that you say that because the summit that you're doing, it's kind of an amalgamation of all of your passions and your purposes. So will you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I can't help myself. I just want to combine all my passions all the time. Yeah, so thank you. Have you ever had one of those projects that you just, or ideas, and you just feel like this is mine to do? And so this is really, a project like that for me. And it is a virtual conference that's going to run for 5 days. It is called the Wander, Work, Thrive Summit. And what I've done is I brought together more than 30 of my favorite industry experts who are going to teach us how to travel more often and more affordably, how to build a profitable business that you can run from anywhere, and how to really create that freedom lifestyle that many of us desire. And I'm really excited because my goal for the summit was really to bring actionable, tangible tools that people can take away and start putting into place right away to really create change in their life. And then my other goal for this project was to really inspire people, through the stories of my guests and also myself, that it doesn't matter what your age is, what your background is. If you want to change your life, if you want to create something different, travel more or build a business or something else, this is possible for anyone. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And I want to inspire you and show you some practical tools to get started.
Great. So can you give us a little snippet of a favorite story from someone that you talked to? That might be really inspirational. And also tell us a little bit about what a freedom lifestyle is for people who might not be super familiar with the term.
Yeah, two little stories pop up. They're just not even a lengthy story, but one of my guests is Darla Ledoux, and she has built a whole retreat business, and she's written a best-selling book, and she's a coach. But she was, from a very small town of like 500 people, the first person that ever went to college. She was actually a chemical engineer or something, and she was like, this is not meaningful. And later in her life and her career, I'm not sure exactly how old she was, but she wasn't young, right? She was at least in her 40s, I think. She completely was like, I'm going to be a coach. And everyone thought she was crazy, and so, and now she's like, I don't know if she's 6 or 7 figures, but she's definitely successful, right? And she's cool, and she's down to earth, and she's helping people. So that was one story. And there was another young woman who, came from like a bad neighborhood in LA, and, low income, single parent kind of thing. And now she's a digital nomad, and she and her partner they're living in Bali right now, and she's teaching online and doing things. And so those 2 stories stand out. Mm-hmm. And then, you asked me what does a freedom lifestyle mean? I think the truth is true freedom is really an inside job. There is a freedom that comes from really believing in yourself. Mm-hmm. There's a freedom that comes from trusting the unknown in a way. In the tangible world, of course, freedom is also about more autonomy, more flexibility, more ability to be creatively expressed for who you really are. So that's how I think of freedom anyway.
I love that. And it ties perfectly in. And even though we didn't plan this, it ties perfectly into my next quote, my last quote for today. Yay. And then I hope everybody will join us for part 2, where we talk more about the strategy of purpose. But Robert Holden, who wrote a book called Be Happy, among others, said, "It is the spiritual imperative of every human to overcome his or her perceived sense of aloneness. This is the key to big, real, meaningful, juicy success. Your purpose is to heal the illusion of separation and realize your oneness with creation." Why is this important? Because your purpose is not just about you. It involves your family, your friends, and ultimately all of humanity. Knowing this helps you to open yourself up to inspiration and help from other people, from the divine, from nature, and from life itself.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So on that note, tell us how we can find you, how we can find the summit.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's the summit is www.wanderwork thrivesummit.com, and we can pop the link in the comments after this. Again, this summit is completely free. It is going to be live September 24th through 28th. So if you were touched or inspired by anything we talked about, if you're feeling that pull, if you're curious, I invite you to check it out. Like I said, totally free. We would love to have you. So that's happening. And then you can find me at my site is elixifyyourlife.com. So it's like the elixir of life. So elixify your life. And yeah,
we'll put the links in all the right places where all those things are supposed to be. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
and
you.
Kristen will be back with us in part 2. So we will see you guys next time. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye.